Okay, so we're a little early for the show. No worries. This is episode number 41 of Just Like You, Everyday People, Amazing Stories. I'm seeing if my guest can get on today. I wanted to come on a little early to make sure that he could get on. But this is episode number 41 of Just Like You, Everyday People, Amazing Stories. Thank you so much for joining me. I was just thinking about in almost 10 more episodes, there he is, in almost 10 more episodes, we will be in a year. So let me see, Peter, if I can get you on here. Let's see, go live with you. Okay, Peter, it says that you have to upgrade your app to join. I don't know, hopefully you can hear me. It says you have to, Ursula, it actually says, for you on here too, that you would have to upgrade your app to join. So I don't know what exactly that means. Well, it does mean upgrade your app. So it says upgrade your app in order to join. So is that something that you can do? Peter, try to maybe log off and then see if it'll let you upgrade your app and then come back on. I'll be here. No, I know that you're on, but unable to join. Like if I try, Ursula, try to request in, Ursula, we'll try it with you, because I know you've done it before. So we'll try to request in. Does it let you request in? So if anybody, so it's giving a lot of people the notion of they can't request in. So if you're on, so Philip, I know you know Instagram too. Can you request in, Philip? Let's see what happens. It's telling a lot of people they need to upgrade their app, which, let's see. So Phil, maybe you have an upgraded app. Ursula, can you request in? Yeah, so you guys might need to upgrade your app. So let me see, Phil. I don't know if you're even, let's see. Here we go. Philip. I think maybe, let's see. Oh, Philip.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. I'm using you as a test pilot.
Okay.
Question. So my guest is coming on, but he has to upgrade his app. So I was just saying, is it me or them? But yeah, they have to upgrade their app. So
I think it may be them. I just got my new upgraded phone, so yeah. So
okay.
Things are easier for me now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you go so I can figure out how to get him on. But I want to say
Okay.
hello. Hi, honey.
Okay. Mwah. Bye.
Bye. All righty. So Philip, there you go. Okay, so we are waiting for my guest. I guess there's an upgraded app. We're waiting for my guest. Okay, Peter, log off and then upgrade your app and log back on. And so we are waiting for my guests to come on. I guess I got to upgrade an app. So maybe what I'll do is I'll talk to some people. Let's see. Let's see if I can request you. Invite viewers. See, I'm just going to request you while we wait on our guest. Peter's going to log back on. He's going to upgrade his app and he's going to log back on. So no worries. This is episode. Hey, C.
Hey, Taryn, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey, what's up with you?
How are you?
All right, how you doing?
How are you, love? What's going on? Okay, let me see now. What's going on? Oh, okay. I think my guest is here now. So I'm just saying hi, everybody.
I'm
so he can come on.
I love you. I love you.
Bye-bye.
I'll be locked in. Bye-bye.
Okay, so let me try it now. Let me try it. Oh, Peter, it's saying, It's still saying you need to upgrade your app. I don't know what's happening. It's okay. We're going to get you on though. No worries. This is episode number 41, guys, of Just Like You, Everyday People, Amazing Stories. We are here every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you get in contact with me if you have a story. I would love to have you on the show. I was saying at the beginning that we're almost to, episode number 52, which means, okay, you guys are troubleshooting. Cool. We'll be here. We will be here. We are waiting. So no worries. Take your time. Episode number 52 is not too far behind. So that would be a year. Okay, Ursula, let's try you. Yeah, so Ursula, whatever you did, yep, I'm requesting you in. We're just requesting people, making sure apps work and such. Yep. So, okay.
So it's working for me now.
Yeah. So he's just got to upgrade his app.
Okay.
So maybe you can walk him through that.
Okay.
Okay, sweetheart.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
How do I get off?
I don't know. You got, I don't know. This is like my birthday party. Everybody's coming on all over again.
Right?
I think can you just X out? X yourself out?
Girl.
No. Let me see. No. What happened? Now you turn. Now, hi, Bailey.
Everybody's seeing
This
my
is the best ever. This is the best one ever.
All right. I'll try it again. Okay.
Hang up on me. This is the best.
Okay.
All righty. That Ursula left. Okay. So again, my guest is getting ready to come on. He is upgrading his app. I guess Instagram did one of their favorite upgrades. I'm gonna sip a glass of Skinny Girl Margarita because this is like my birthday party all over again, where everybody just comes on, which is awesome. Okay, so again, if you have a story, I'd love to have you on the show. We are booking guests. I don't even know what I said anymore, but we're booking guests into August or September of 2021. I would love to have you on the show. If by some reason, when my guest comes on, if the internet does something crazy, guys, we will be back. We're going to have him on for 30 minutes, regardless of whatever time he makes it on, because he's upgrading his app, which is wonderful. We all know Instagram does those things and surprises us. So no biggie, Peter. Do not worry. Do not stress yourself out. We will be right here. We love you, and we are going to be waiting for you. So yeah, if you have a story, I'd love to have you on the show. This show is about positivity. It's about love. As you can see with the people we have on, we have watching, it's all love. It's all good. It's all love. We'd love to have you on the show. It's about positivity. I started this show just thinking what was going to happen. Should I do this every week, every month, every 2 weeks? And we are going strong every week. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot say thank you enough to all my friends that have supported me and fans that have been new to me and coming on here and watching and asking questions and sharing. What up, fam? I see that. Amy is laughing at us and saying cheers. And so, yeah, this is what it's about. It's about laughter, fun, and positivity. And so I've been going strong, like I said, for almost a year now, having guests on the show, sharing their stories, sharing everything that, you know, would uplift us, and everything that's just a journey. Everybody has a journey. Everybody has a story. So we can learn from each other, folks. We can learn from each other. In this crazy time, we need positivity. We need love. And this is what this show is giving. That's the mission of the show. It's really just about everyday people with amazing stories. And if you've joined from the beginning, you might have heard my story. It might be time for me to reshare it because we've gotten some new guests and followers and fans, but it might be time for me to reshare it. I shared my story at first, and I used to live in Los Angeles, where I learned that there were a lot of celebrities doing amazing things, and we all hear about them all the time on all of our news channels. But I realized I have a lot of people around me, a good circle, a great circle, an amazing circle, doing amazing things. So that's what the show is about. I picked up on that and I said, hey, I want to have some people of my own, some people we just build positive community. And that's what this show does. It builds community. It builds a community of folks who are willing to share their story, of folks who want to learn about stories, and of folks who just want to kind of come on and laugh and hang out. So let me see if Peter's back yet. No, not yet, but I'm sure he'll be here. Oh, okay. We get a guest saying she's trying to help. No worries. I'm going to take another sip of Skinny Girl Margarita. This is sip number 2. So I hope I'm cool when the guest comes on. Alrighty. So if you see this, so I know a lot of people have been asking me, so I wasn't going to really say much about it, but yes, the ice, I fell on the ice and that happened. So it's a bummer, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I'll be back in action real soon. And yeah, that was my experience with the ice here in Chicago. It is actually warming up here. I think it was like in the 60s today. So I'm cool with that. Hi, Superman Cap. Am I saying that right? Maybe. And who else do we have here? Amy. I said, what up, fam? Sissy, you're on. I see you. So thank you all for being on. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Who is Superman? Superman, I don't know who you are, but let's see who you are. Do I know who you are? Superman? Do I know who you are? Don't be no craziness. Superman?
Yes.
Do we know each other?
Well, I see you have a few of, you got my cousin Linda over there.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I grew up with C.
Okay. So your family, are you in the Virginia area, Berryville area?
I'm in Maryland, actually.
In Maryland. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just saying hi to folks. My guests are coming on right now. So thank you so much for saying hi. I'm going to let you go because I'm trying to get my guest on, but I'm just saying hello to people. So thanks for joining.
You're welcome.
Let's see. I don't know how to exit you out. Can you exit you out? Just exit out. I don't know how. Neither one of us know how to do it, right?
Nope.
Let me see. Let me see if I can. We don't know how to exit you out. There we go. Oh, he left. Okay, so let's try it now with Mr. Peter. Peter, let's try it. You're kind of like coming on like you missed my birthday party. Peter!
Hey!
How are you?
Good, Taryn. How are you?
So
Sorry.
You had to upgrade your app?
I did that, yes. Technology, it's tricky. Good to see you.
No worries. And you can hear me okay?
I can hear you fine, yes.
Okay, so.
Thank you for having me. Sorry, everyone, for my delay. Too many holes to drill in teeth today is what I'm trying to do.
No worries. We were right here. We said we love you. We're going to wait for you.
Very kind.
Guys, like I was saying, so I'm going to I don't want to take too much of Peter's thunder, but Peter is a friend, an aesthetic dentist, and a dad. And he is going to tell you, Peter, tell us about your journey. Tell us how you got to be where you are. And I think you have an amazing journey that started even more amazing. So
thanks, Taryn. It's kind of relating to you last night. So I was 13 years old in 1969, February 1969, and my father came home from work, and I'm in 8th grade, and he said to me, which he did on different occasions, kind of like not telling me what to do, but like advising me. He said, son, I want you to pick your profession tonight for the rest of your life. I'm like, what? So I said, okay, Dad. I recovered quickly because I love this man dearly. He was the greatest human being ever for me, and we had a very tight relationship. And he passed away about 7 years ago, but we were so close and so loving and sharing. So he said, you have 3 choices. I said, law, medicine, and dentistry. He was in corporate manufacturing. He was a plant manager for this big conglomerate metal manufacturing firm. And he had to move us every 3 to 4 years to a different state, different locations. So as his only son with 3 daughters, he was trying to help me map out some strategy for basically for the rest of my life. But in terms of looking at it from a family perspective, because he was very family oriented. So he said to me, he said, okay, these are your choices. And I'm thinking, how the heck do I figure this out? So I said, no, wait a second. You can do 2 things. One is go downstairs to the library in our house and pick up the Encyclopedia Britannica and look up, dentistry, law, medicine, which I did. Because they also gave me, it was February, so they gave me till June to make the decision. So I had 4 months to decide. I know. I'm thinking about the cute girl in math class. I'm not thinking about,
exactly. The rest
my
of your
career path. So I started to look at the information. I grew up really at a very young age. I realized I like sciences. I like interacting with people. I had already decided by junior high that I'd like to go into healthcare, but I had no focus, no like end point to this. And he was very good about focusing me and giving me choices. It sounds a little bit controlling, but it was very open-ended. And if I said to him something like, I want to pick a different profession, like a fireman or police officer or whatever that would be, he would have hugged me and said, fine, then we'll focus on that. But as I started to kind of delve into this, I realized quickly that I didn't want to do, I want to do healthcare. So law was out. But medicine was too intense for me because I take this profession very personally, and I, like a lot of us, obsess about the details, and I didn't want to be responsible for people's lives. It was just overwhelming to me at that point. And I have the utmost respect for anybody in that, and PAs, nurses, medical docs, for what they have to do on a daily basis. So I knew also at a young age I was really good with my hands. I could put models together and carve wood and do all kinds of different things.
Okay.
So quickly I realized, okay, I think it's going to be dentistry. And I also had this really bad experience with my Hinsdale dentist, having grown up longer in Hinsdale than any other town, where the dentistry was painful, which is a really common theme back in the 60s. The dentist didn't seem to really focus on patient behavior. It was more about just drill holes in your teeth, put a bunch of silver amalgam fillings in, and push you out the door. So I'd had a really negative experience as my own personal path. And as I started to kind of look at dentistry, it's like, well, this is great. I don't have to decide if somebody's going to, I don't have to be responsible for possibly saving a life. I could still do healthcare. I could be involved with people. And yeah, by the end of 8th grade, I had decided I'm going to be a dentist.
Like, did you think like, okay, so at the end of 8th grade, okay, you said to yourself, I'm going to be a dentist. And then was there ever a time where you like, the 10th grade or 11th grade where you're like, I'm not so sure? Or were you always positive about that?
So once he locked me into it, a bit like him, I become a very focused individual. And I know I never looked back, Taryn. It was all dentistry at that point. But some of my friends and family thought, okay, Peter's a little bit odd here. He's like telling us he's going to be a dentist when he grows up. But they quickly realized I was sincere about it. So I focused on taking physics, chemistry, biology, calculus, all the parameters involved for dental school. When I got to college, I went to a Division III school in Ohio, near Columbus, Ohio Wesleyan. And I also swam all the way through college, so I could swim a D3 program and still have the time to focus on my studies. So it quickly became a organized plan.
Okay. I mean, that's super cool. You know, I think that I was telling you when you told me, I was like, that's super cool that you know, kind of got locked and loaded on it and you just stayed with it and then you carried it through and here you are. Now, I want you to give people a little, I guess, description or tell us a little bit about what you do, because some people may not know what that is, and tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I turned 65 last week. So I've been doing this for 39 years. I went to UIC Dental School in the city. So we all graduate from dental school with a basic dental degree. We're doctors, doctorates of dental surgery. But I quickly, within the first 10 years, realized I wanted to do something a little bit more involved than just like basic 101 dentistry. So I started to take a lot of continuing education on doing full mouth rehabilitation, which led me to become an aesthetic dentist, because a cosmetic dentist, the definition is cosmetics make them look better. Aesthetics is function first. Okay. So you're considering the bite, reconstructing proper functionality. And with that, the bonus round is that people look much better because of the consideration for function. So I joined and became accredited with the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry, which is one of the highest bodies of aesthetic knowledge in North America. And then in 2005, I restored my daughter's teeth, Grace, with a functional veneers, these lumineers. And it changed my path, because all of a sudden I was confident and becoming more confident and being able to be an aesthetic dentist and look at people's functionality. So then I really focused on that and became my second career of lecturing on emerging technologies in dentistry for the last 15 years.
Wow. Wow, wow, and wow, and more wow. So you're,
Right.
so
Thank
when
you.
I think about, you know, what you said in the beginning, like, oh, you know, you knew you wanted to do it. You knew you had the skill with your hands and that, so that kind of stayed through, right? That
It did.
whole, yeah, that whole through line, if you will.
Yes, Taryn. So I felt supremely confident in what I could do with my hands. I just needed the working knowledge to be able to put those hands into play. And the only way to do that was to train myself through courses. And as I got more involved with that and more in depth and more skilled with that, then I started to actually lecture to other doctors on these technologies.
So we got a question here. Have you ever detected oral?
Oral cancer?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So myself, Lewis Kaufman, several of us that were involved with a company called DenMed in Southern California.
You're kind of echoey.
Am I? Sorry,
Now,
I didn't
now you're
change.
back.
Okay. So yeah, myself, Lewis Kaufman, several of us with this company, DenMed, who I lectured for, were trained on Velscope technology, which is the leading technology on oral cancer screening. So I implemented that in my practice 10 years ago.
Okay.
And also lecture on taking a simple blue light and shining it in people's mouths. It's called tissue fluorescence. And in doing so, you can see abnormalities in the oral mucosa, the pink tissue that don't look like it does on the other side, and quickly start to understand maybe they have some dysplasia and maybe get an oral surgeon involved to do a biopsy. So yeah, that's one of my fortes is oral cancer.
Well, thank you for that. That's a thank you. I mean, because that's definitely a service, you know, to others, not just a service, but a service to others, most importantly. So tell us a little bit about, you know, I can imagine there's people on here who might have been in your situation, like, man, you know, my parents wanted me to decide what I wanted to do at a young age, or B, maybe parents who are thinking, man, should I have that conversation with my son or daughter at that young of age? Tell us a little bit about maybe advice you would give to someone who's in one of those positions, either a parent thinking about asking their child, or even someone in the room who is kind of deciding, you know, wow, do I need to know what I want to be when I grow up at such a young age?
I kind of thought about this last night, Taryn, after you and I talked a little bit. So at the top of that list would be having an open mind. Just keep your mind open. Don't shut any doors. Do not shut any doors. And that was a big starting point for me. Plus, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You had more, but that's a good one.
Well, I had to trust, and I had to find somebody I trusted. And if I trusted one person, it was my beloved father, Trefley Harnoy. So I trusted him. So open mind, trust, and I always had this early understanding of never stop learning, never stop listening to what other people had to say. So I had this open mind because my father trained me this from age 5 on, to always listen to other people, respect other people. It's hard to understand other people, but always listen to them and accept them and try to understand their perspective, or at least listen to them and not close any doors.
Well, I feel like that is, it's like I talk about this show being positivity and accepting and loving and building community. I just feel like, I'm sure you have to do that every day, even with your clients, right? Like you have to, you have to listen to them. You have to accept them as they are. I'm sure you have to do that on a daily basis, which each and every, you know, a situation that you come up against. And it's great that you learned that so young.
You do. I mean, so I refer to Lewis Kaufman and myself because we're kind of like we were still some of the faculty for DenMed. We used to talk about this. So we're like part-time psychologists, chair psych. You think that was a learning curve for me. Become a dentist. I had no idea that these folks, my patients, needed somebody to listen to them, to actually care. I mean, you would just touch them on the shoulder like it'd be okay. And they're like, oh my gosh, I mean, thank you so much for listening to me. So a big part of, in my opinion, of being successful at almost anything, but in my respect, dentistry, was listening to people and listening to what they say instead of just, I think as a culture, in this country and maybe other countries as well, we just tend to talk over each other and we don't listen to each other enough. And I listening and accepting them and always having an open mind really helped to make me, when I say more successful, I just want to take the best care of every one of my patients and make them feel confident and good about coming to our office and knowing that Peter's got my back. He's going to take care of me. He's not going to hurt me. He'll listen to me. If I have an opinion, he'll listen to that and understand it and discuss it, versus like it's my way or the highway. That's the polar opposite of how I operate.
So how would you, I told you I wouldn't throw any curveballs, but this might be a slight one. Okay, though. I think you got the hang of it. So as your dad, how would you tell someone to maybe have that career conversation? I feel like you're a dad and a career man, so I can ask you this, you'll take it. How would you maybe tell someone to start having that conversation with, I know you said be open and trust, but from the other side, you know, how would you have that conversation with, you know, as a dad? And someone else is asking me, how do you handle someone that's afraid of needles? That's a good one. So those two questions.
So start with the first one.
Yeah.
Having a conversation. So I've got, my kids are 33, 30, 27, and Isa's 6. So at 59, I didn't have her. Her mother did, but I am a parent again for the 4th time. And I think it's like from day one with them, first of all, from day one, building a trust with them. And even as a young child, almost an infant, listening to them, acknowledging them, looking them in the eye. My father trained me, again, at a very young age, to look everybody in the eye. And I think that dynamic opens up people's minds like, oh my gosh, this person's paying attention to me. So with my young kids, so my friends I always thought my dream would be to have one of my older 3 kids join me in dentistry. So Grace, Mal, and Patrick are all in Seattle, 2 lawyers, one owns their own website company. So when Isa was born, my friend said, this is great. You'll finally realize your dream and your daughter can be with you. I'd have to be 86 when she gets out of dental school to be part of that dynamic. So that won't happen. But I will have these conversations with her about, here'll be my best suggestion is just asking them right off the top of your head, what interests you? What do you think you might like to do as a career path later in life? And you could take, so I had this conversation with Isa last weekend. She was with me for my birthday. And I said to her, Isa, what do you think you want to be when you grow up? And she said, it was physical therapy. It was healthcare because she spends enough time around me. But I said, you can be anything you want to be. So here would be my best message, to instill in them the confidence to believe in themselves. To let them know you're going to be there for them. You will support them. You have their back. And in doing so, she and I have an amazing relationship. She knows that I will listen to her, support her, and whatever she wants to do, I will be there as part of that.
I think that's so important. I mean, you had that confidence and there you are passing it on, right?
Yes.
So I love that. I love that answer. And I know, like I said, I knew you would do too perfect, even though that was, so how do you handle people with afraid of needles?
So luckily in dentistry, there's a lot of options. You can like talk calmly to them. You can sedate them. I keep talking about Lewis, but Lewis and I were trained with this company called New Calm. It's a homeopathic way to relax people without a drug. It's really phenomenal technology. Folks listening should look it up, NUCALM, New Calm. But there are a lot of different platforms that you could use in dentistry to get people to be comfortable. There's like 4 personality types as a dentist. You have the accepting, pleasant patient, that's easy. You have the phobic patient, which is also easier for us to treat if we're trained in different technologies. Then you have the difficult patient, which they just want to be fussy no matter what. And then you have the scary patient. It's like they look at you cross-eyed like,
Yeah.
And we can deal with the phobic patient in dentistry by asking your dentist, for anybody who's listening, about what their different menu of services are for controlling anxiety, fear, pain, the whole thing about the needle. It's all about that needle.
I know, that's a good question. I love my dentist. I go to all the doctors that I have, but my dentist is probably my favorite one. Normally, because I'm not in trouble when I'm at the dentist. All the other doctors,
Because you floss and brush and you take care of your teeth, right?
Yeah,
And you have a beautiful smile, Taryn.
Thank you very much. That's the only one I love to go to is my dentist. All the rest of them, I mean, I love them, but they make me nervous. So tell us, you told us about the lectures that you started doing. Tell us a little bit more maybe about what the future might hold for you.
So I've been practicing for 39 years. I'm 65. Because ESA's a kindergarten at Monroe Grade School in Hinsdale, my goal is to just keep learning, just keep expanding my knowledge base and never shut the door, never get stuck inside a box. Continue to accept the fact that I'm going to learn from others, like I teach the people I lecture to, but always have an open mind about learning. So for the next 12 years, I mean, technology and healthcare is not expanding linearly, it's exponential. So it's expanding in a manner that I've read reports in the New England Journal of Medicine where it says if you get to, and this is one of my goals, get to 75 without a heart attack or cancer, you can live to be 104. Wow. So Issa's 6, I'm 65. There's like a 60-year difference. I want to be around when she's out of college, maybe raising a family, getting on with her life. So the answer to that question is just always keep an open mind. My goal for the next 12 years till I finish practicing is try to learn from others, continue to learn from others.
Well, I mean, I think that's a great goal, and I think that you've been a sponge. It sounds like your entire life, which is great. Because when I think about someone in your profession, it's good to know that you're continuing to learn, right? Because I think in life that we need to continue to learn, but it's also good to know when there's a professional on the other end of someone taking care of me.
True. And look at what you do with going to all these doctors' office and explaining to them, making them, you're opening up the door for them to understand the new medications, the different interactions. I mean, you're doing the same thing, Taryn, on a daily basis. People like you actually inspire me to continue on my path because it motivates me to continue to have an open mind and expand my base of knowledge.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, you inspire me, you know, you inspire me. I mean, I was just, you know, when you agreed to come on, I was like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'm so appreciative of your time. I know that you had a busy day. So what last things, I know we're going to go over just a little bit, guys, because we came on a little bit late. So give us a little bit of time. We're going to go over just a little bit. What are any final thoughts that you might have for people listening on anything? I know we talked about continuing to learn, continuing to trust, you know, stay focused on that goal. What are some final thoughts that you might have? And guys, if you have any questions for Peter, please make sure you're typing them in the chat.
One good one, Taryn, is you cannot control other people or their behavior. So you have to have an open mind. I know I've mentioned this theme several times, but you have to understand, you actually have to delve into, you can't quite get inside their head right away. So you don't know what their background is. You don't know what happened today or last week.
I'm just going to interrupt you. And someone says, Peter is an amazing dentist, teacher, father, and person. Ace of spades human.
Wow. Thank you. You made my day, night. Wow. I mean, since COVID started, we sit here all day long with my face smashed up in this N95 mask, and you depersonalize a little bit, but I have a big following for 39 years of practicing in Hinsdale, so people come to trust you. But sorry,
I interrupted, I know, but I wanted you to hear that.
Thank you, Taryn. Thank you. Yeah. I will continue, and this would be my advice, to embrace and accept change. That it's never going to stop. There's never a point like tomorrow is going to be the way it is from now on. Life is going to continue to come at you in ways sometimes are good, sometimes bad. You have to accept that and roll with that the best of your abilities and accept other people for who they are. Accept them for who they are.
I love it. Your new name is going, for me to you, it's going to be Ace. So I appreciate whoever said that. And I'm going to call Peter Ace from now on.
Thanks, Taryn.
You
Can't wait to see you live again.
You are right. whoever said it, you are an ace of spades human. I truly appreciate you and your willingness to come on. I know you serve people all day and you had a long day, and I truly appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come on the show. And I look forward to seeing you again live. And if there's anything you ever need, please feel free to reach out. I am going to call you. I'm going to exit, and then I'm going to call you in just a little bit as soon as I get this all organized. But again, thank you so much for being on the show. Everybody, this is Just Like You, Everyday People, Amazing Stories, episode 41. We are almost to a full year. So I'm so thankful for that. Peter, thank you so much. Yes.
Can I add one more thing? So
Yes.
it's kind of a older book, but people a lot of times ask you, what's your motivational book, your go-to?
Yep.
This is a little bit off the beaten path, but I was in high school reading Ayn Rand's books for the first time. I mean, Howard Rourke, the architect in Manhattan, in the Fountainhead, was doing things that nobody said could be done. So they said, you can't do this, you can't build this, it won't work. And he said, you know what, I'm going to go out and do it. So books like that tell people they can't do what they want to do or it can't be done, anything along those lines. But that book had a deep, profound impact on me, because for the first time I'm thinking, I know it's literature, it's fiction, but he succeeded in the book to pull off and blew everybody away and became this very famous architect. It's not about being famous, but he was willing to go way outside the beaten path. When everybody said it couldn't be done, he proved them wrong. And it wasn't about proving them wrong, but he succeeded when nobody said he would. So The Fountainhead, Ayn Rand. The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand.
I think that's, man, like you said, it's not about proving someone wrong. It's just kind of about going ahead with it when no one thinks you can.
Yeah, stick to your guns. Believe in your convictions. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself.
I like that, because I think that so many times we do things. I like the concept of going with it when no one thinks you can, as opposed to always wanting to prove someone wrong, right?
Yep.
It's not about proving the other person wrong. It's about being able to do it when no one thought you could.
Correct. Yes.
I'm going to check that one out, because I like to read. So
it's a great read.
I'm going to try to, hopefully, yeah, I can order it. Yeah. At Amazon, probably.
You can. Fountainhead. Yes.
Or just get it from you.
Whatever come on over.
Well, thank you again, Peter. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We will be back next week for episode number 42. And we are signing off, Just Like You, Everyday People, Amazing Stories. Thank you very much.
Bye,
Peter,
Taryn.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Sounds good. Bye.